What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by the lamest player in the game, James Stevens. How are you, buddy?
James, I'm good.
Good to hear. Before we jump into it, I want to let everybody know that if you like the content, you want to support us a little more, go out to patreon.com/TCG to get some exclusive / time-gated content like the podcast early, as well as some Patreon exclusive shows. So yeah, if you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally fine. You can head over to youtube.com/UFS University and subscribe, like, comment, share in your local play groups, anything to help. Just get the word out about this beautiful game of UFS.
Yes.
So, James, we're having a little broadcast. It's just me and you today.
Buddycast.
And the big thing that I want to talk about
Tyler's here too
today. Well, he's there sleeping.
He's with us.
He's
technically with us. He's
like 1:30 in the morning, and I don't want to do this anymore. He's with us in spirit.
I mean, he's technically editing this right now.
He is, isn't he? Tyler,
Tyler,
say something witty on the screen.
That's so funny.
That was, oh man, what a gutbuster, huh? What I want to talk about in topic 4 is Elena. She just got second place at the Cameron Park PTC. Shout outs to, hold on, I'll find it. Shout outs
Yari
to
Melkor.
No. Preston S. Brockway for piloting his good Elena, Graven Castle's Elena, to victory, almost to first loser at that event. You know what that's like? Second place. I also know this like at the first Omaha PTC I went to. I lost to Chris Nixon. Shout out, Legend of a Player. Anyways, Elena. I'm going to read out Elena, and Tyler's going to flash her up on screen. After your turn begins, you may add the top card of your deck to your staging area face down. Enhance, remove the top card of your deck. Your attack gets plus X speed. X equals the difference. X equals the printed block modifier of your removed card. Enhance, if your attack gets plus 1 damage for each resource symbol it shares with your character. So, basically, everything is 2 damage in your deck. If 1 or 2 damage, it has to get 1 at least. Everything gets 1 damage. I do not believe that there are any attacks that have Chaos, Fire, and Good. There are none, 0. So we do not have any automatic includes in an Elena deck right now. There is not. I've looked.
There are 2
with Chaos, Fire, and Good.
Mm-hmm.
Name them right now.
Fatality and Brutality.
Fatality and Brutality. You're absolutely correct. What a fucking idiot I am, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Man, if only one of those could do damage. Okay, so let's talk about a couple.
You want to talk about doing some Elena? Build some Elena draw 4 with.
No, I don't want to. No. I wanna talk about Elena and some interesting interactions with her. Number 1. After your turn begins, add the top card of your deck into your staging area face down. That is before you draw your cards.
Yes.
So that is not ready, review, draw. It's as soon as your turn starts, before you ready anything, you build one, then everything readies, and then you draw it. You review, then draw. So the build has to be what happens first, which is why cards like White House do not interact well with Elena, because you would draw that card off of White House after you add in, and then just draw your hand size. You didn't actually plus 1. You just drew a card way quicker than you were supposed to. The remove gets plus damage equal to the printed block modifier on the removed card. That's not affected by things like Sniper Joe, because it's printed. Mm-hmm. It does not say block modifier. So things like Sniper Joe or Woodman's Leaf Shield doesn't affect that. And then the plus 1 damage, as we said, there are not anything that shares 3 symbols, but there are plenty of characters from the new age of UFS that share 2 symbols. We've got Faye that shares Chaos and Good. We've got Jet that shares Fire and Good. We've got who's got Chaos and Fire?
Takeda has Good and Fire.
Yeah. Takeda stuff's really nuts in her because you get to stack stuff. It's pretty good. Ultra. I'm gonna look some stuff up. Chaos Fire. Who's got it? Chaos Fire. Match. Go. Looks like
Elena.
Kung Jin has got some cool stuff. We're just gonna look at characters because that's what that matters. Kung Jin's got some cool stuff.
Drillman
randomly. Marathi randomly. Schechter randomly.
Carebrett 4 dot
randomly. Chaos good. I know Quickman has these, but that doesn't help.
Woodman.
Blanca's actually really good. All of
Ryu.
Ryu's stuff.
Sebastian.
Shinko seems very, very cool with this character. All of her support.
Man, if only Elena got some real support.
Yeah, I wish Elena got a card, but
I think they both should. I think Donovan Pseudo got a card.
Donovan did get a card.
I know.
Donovan did get a card, and Elena did not.
Yeah.
So Elena, what's the strength? What's the negative, Elena? And the real topic is, how do you beat her? How do you beat Elena?
Bang.
You just bang. Just play 3 symbols and you win the game. There you go. We did it. Video's over.
Bang's really good against
Have a good night, guys. I totally agree. I think Bang defensively is one of the strongest things you can do to any 5-hander.
Stop.
If they're going in and doing their crazy 5-hander stuff, you just bang or stop their character and it's over. The reason that they only get 5 cards is because their character's supposed to be nuts. The thing is the cool part about Elena already happens before you can bang or stop her, which is her building for free. The thing about Elena is she's a fair Athena, and Athena got to build one every as a first form every turn. She just does it. This happens. But at the same time, Elena does say May. She does say May, so you do not have to build in a deadlock if you don't want to. I don't know why you wouldn't. Just fucking 3 cards.
I mean, Athena also got to have 7 cards in her hand.
True.
I think that was much better, in my opinion, than the face down.
But
the ability to flop face down the card.
Athena did not get to have any sort of damage pump. I have seen an Elena attack randomly get 5 extra speed for no reason. 5 speed, 2 damage. And do a bunch of other cool crazy shit like under fire. Can you imagine giving a missile launcher 5 speed up with your character?
Yeah.
I watched it happen, and it was not fun. I wonder what I'm gonna mill for stats. I wonder. I think this character is incredibly good, and I think her having such a high vitality is the thing. She's a 5-hander with 34 life, and that is that. Unlike Vicious, who's got like 31, right? He's got 31.
He has 31, but he's a 6-hander.
Yeah, he's 6-hander, and he cuts himself. In order for his character to work at all, he has to reduce that vitality. So he's actually not 31 health. He's actually closer to like a 20 health character, honestly. If you're using pay 3 on every single one of your attacks, and your opponent has not hit you, you play 4 attacks, and you've lost 12 life, you're 20 health. You have 19. And so like, It's nothing to sneeze at when it comes to 34 health and the ability to play things under 2 of her symbols like Woodman's Leaf Shield, playing Dark Cherry Toe, playing these cards that Big Cyclone, playing these things that can add in to, and there's your DR, there's your defense. And the fact that she doesn't have to worry, she gets to be a little more aggressive with her attacks. She can play more attacks because like Metal Man, she just builds it down. She's like, hey, I built it. It's fine. It's chill. We're down.
Like, I think she has disadvantages against wall characters. She has disadvantages against control characters and disadvantages against aggro characters.
I can tell you that thinking about the matchup when it comes to the deck that I'm playing currently, which is Jeddah, this matchup actually seems really hard because they're given a free foundation that I have to work extra hard to debuild them every single turn, or have enough momentum in make them have enough momentum that their attacks don't matter. But her character gets rid of the two of the momentum that I'm doing. So the DR, it's not working. And it gets random speed, so that means blocking is even harder. She hits hard, she hits fast, and she's able to pass control checks early. She's able to play a little greedier solely based on hey, I've got +1 to my check once. For the same reason that, like, Say was so good. I'll build this from my hand. I'm going to go in. But Elena is Athena. She builds it from the top of her deck. And it's ready? I think you are undervaluing this.
I think I'm not.
So the thing about a 5-hander is that they, in order to block 2 things, they have to build 3, and that can easily get stunned out. Well, Elena gets to build 4 hold 2. She gets to build like she's a 6-hander. And that's incredible for 34 life. Building like you're a 6-hander. Do you know how, I mean, every 5-hander wishes they could build like a 6-hander.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Every single one. And she does it. And there's not a way to interact with this. there's how many foundations in the game are meta relevant, but maybe now after this, after opponent builds something happens. Like transform, and there's a bison card, a 1/5 of the 2 mid block that
destroys
says,
itself to destroy it.
yeah, I think remove it from the game.
It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, which is not good. That's not true advantage. I'm gonna destroy my face up foundation to destroy your face down foundation. Like that's not good. I think this ability and us not being able to interact with it at all, it's good. What are you looking up?
Thursday, Junior. I spelled third wrong.
You just spelled it like thief.
I'm illiterate.
Add to there.
Well, that didn't work.
None.
To there we go.
Hey.
Play the foundation, doesn't matter.
Yeah, this
card's really cool. They drew
extended
add
lifespan.
cards.
You're not doing that though. You're not adding any cards
You
to the
know.
hand.
I know.
You were talking about not extended lifespan, was it? What was that card?
What card?
Extended lifespan as
Yeah.
as that card is cool. I just wanted to people to know.
Card's just really cool.
I think like the biggest thing is you can't interact with that part of her. She always gets to build one. Always. She always has +1 to her check once. And she gets to tap or blow up or whatever those face down foundations. She just gets to. It's just a thing she gets to do. I think that's incredibly good.
That didn't have the symbol I wanted it to. That was actually what I was doing. Sorry. I was looking something up for me later.
That's good. That's
Sorry.
good use of our podcast time. Thank you.
My head starts.
Tell me,
having ideas.
besides Bang, how do you beat Elena?
Control.
I think I'd have speed buffs or speed debuffs. I think her randomly ripping 3, 4, 5 speed off of the top, because like she gets to play bad block mods, because not only is it giving her extra stats, she gets to that 4 becomes a 3 because of the +1 foundation she was given.
Yeah.
Like if we want to think about math that way.
I think you need to control. Like control's so good against her in my opinion, because as a five-hander, she needs to build cards, and her cards have to matter
Totally.
because everything else is face down. It's like her cards have to do things.
Yeah.
And just having the ability to either negate or turn them off is just so solid.
Yeah, so things like Fade with Akuma is really good. Things like Princess Perry is super good. Like being able to
Loyal Friend, Stun, Ice City.
Because that's a really good one actually. Frozen City, that's super good.
No, I wasn't talking about Frozen City. I was talking about City of Ice, or City of.
What are you trying to say?
The seal this, seal one.
Yeah,
of those.
it's Frozen City,
Okay.
not Frozen Palace.
I was thinking Frozen Palace when you were saying it. So yeah.
Um,
Just the ability to control.
Frozen Palace, like that
Yeah,
card's
was
not
also
bad.
really good. Just the ability to control their game, because like she was playing a lot of deadlock cards, but like. I think that beats wall characters. Like it beats things like Spike One.
Yeah.
Beats things like
Jet
beats things like
good Jet specifically.
Woodman beats things like that, but like
Yeah, she just reminds me of like a really solid Woodman, and she's got 2 of the symbols. Like
Yeah.
she reminds me of a really really solid Woodman.
I think, in my opinion, I think Woodman's just a little better because he gets to pick up blocks.
But the thing is like Woodman has a hard time killing you, and Elena doesn't. Elena's just gonna beat your ass. And
I think Woodman could be fine.
I think that's
killing-wise now.
the issue that Woodman has versus Elena is Woodman builds, but so does Elena. Woodman has to build it during the enhanced step. Elena doesn't. She builds every turn. So like her wall is going to be better because she's constantly building it. Constantly. Every turn you have
They're funding her.
Yeah. Mexico's paying for this wall. But no, there's you need to have stat debuffs, whether it be DR or
Just
speed
negation.
reduction, or you need to find a way to discard cards out of her hand. The more that you can just deal with and attack. Princess Perry demolishes this deck like it demolishes every 5-hander. Being able to fade a card back in her hand and make her overcommit to end her turn. Breaker is very good, except for the fact that your Breaker 1 is actually Breaker 0 because she's given this free foundation.
Yeah.
If we want to do math that way. There's this, her foundations don't necessarily matter because
She
half
sucks
of
versus
most of them
evil right
are
now.
going to be face down. Yeah, totally.
She's terrible against the evil matchup.
And
Just in general.
if you can over control her foundations, something like a man, I would say self-destruct, but her getting to build that free extra one, like, that sucks. That means she's
That's
gonna
2 foundations.
Yeah, that's 2 foundations. She's gonna not
It's one.
in her. Her opponent. I
mean,
have
be
one
a
face down. She has one face
sick-
down. She might just kill me.
Be a 6 if you could. You
Yeah.
can't.
There's something about this character that I personally slept on. We had a player here, Mike Brown, shoutouts, who made this deck, and I was playing Lord Raptor, and he was playing a Fire Elena deck, and he fucked me up. Like it was
fire's a really cool symbol for her.
real gnarly. I think fire is her best symbol for sure.
Just because Textsphere says copy anything.
Textsphere says copy everything. Textsphere missile launcher, Coffee Samba, Shin Ryukan, and all
cool
of
targets.
Ken's attacks. Ken's uppercut, Violent Shuriken, is insane. Discard a momentum, add whatever I want to my hand. That is crazy. The SRK,
I'll talk to you later about it. It's a cool meme.
SRK putting the 5 diff Ken card on top and just like, oh man, 5 speed. Oh man, this thing shares 2 symbols. All right, my character just gave my character for free gave 5 speed and 2 damage.
And then like
For free.
I feel violent. +1 speed for every of my removes attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Ken kick, the big like KKK kick, it's 1 damage for each of my removed attacks.
Yep.
It's like this deck has something going for it, and this is the fire aggressive build. I've also heard of in the realm of thing, Discord something. There was a Rising Monk version of this deck that was running around. You know how the best way to fix your 5-hander problem? Discard your card pool of all these ranged attacks and draw cards. Hey, oh man, I checked bad. It's a good thing I was given a free foundation this turn, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this character very, very much has the ability to dumpster you on 2 if you build it correctly, just because of this free extra foundation.
I still don't think she's
Mayfa's Assault is a very good card versus
Mayfa's
this
Assault
character.
is pretty.
Commits all her face downs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Versus the character. I was like,
Versus the character. This topic is supposed to be how to beat Elena.
Yeah,
Like it's supposed to be. And we're talking about these super cool Elena decks. But knowing what she does is the first step in order to beat her. So yeah,
knowing your opponent.
play things that punishes her for trying to overextend because she's going to want to. Break her and make sure break her more than 1. Breaker 1 does nothing. Breaker 2, breaker 3.
Breaker 5.
Make
Jetter.
yeah.
Jet.
DR all of her things, but realize that she's going to get +2 on all of it, so your DR has to matter. -1 damage does not matter against this character.
-1 will always matter.
The speed is going to be hard to fight because on average she's going to be only +3 speed. Because +3 is like our average, +2, +3 is our average block modifier. And she gets to play crazy cards like she gets to play like War for Armageddon under one of her symbols and be like, hey, this is +4 speed randomly. There's a bunch of really, really cool options that Elena has. Any last minute thoughts on Elena before we close the podcast?
I should probably test her.
I think you should.
So that way I know how good she is.
I honestly, I think
I don't see her as a good character.
I think we should. Hey, did you not play against Mike's deck?
There was a time where I didn't play UFS for like a month and a half, 2 months almost.
He was
Like I built a
destroying
Kuma,
people.
played it like once, and then that was it.
And he had like the one of Pulse Flare in this deck, and it was gnarly.
I would definitely play one of Pulse Flare.
Because you get to copy it with Textsphere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Textsphere would be the only 4 of in the entire deck.
Maybe.
And I would just.
We can find his list. He has it. So with
I
that,
want to build my own list.
so with that, we're gonna go ahead and bring this podcast to a close. If you
Thanks for joining us for the Buddy Cast.
Yeah, it's the buddy cast. This was really fun, James. I really enjoyed this. I wish we could do it a little sooner in the night.
I mean, I had to work.
I get it. But we put in the hours for you, the good people. If you like the content, go to patreon.com/CCG University. Shout out to all of our Patreon producers. And
Tell us how bad we are.
give us for my $7 peeps. Give us some topics, yo.
We do need some time.
I want to hear from you, the good people. If you want to leave us topics in the comments down below, we might get to them, we might not. But if you want to shop at Guaranteed, Patreon. So with that, stay learned.
Been learned.
Get learned.
Now, that's supposed to be mine.
See ya.
See ya.